Hello, ladies and gentlemen. As always, it is Nick here, back with another crypto video. For anybody who is new here, welcome to the channel. Here I upload pretty much daily crypto news, content, price analysis, chart analysis, go in depth on projects. So if you guys are interested in that kind of stuff, definitely consider subscribing and turning notifications on. If you guys aren't new to the channel, welcome back to yet another crypto video. If you guys are enjoying the content so far, definitely leave a like on this video. So let's jump in to this juiciness. So first and foremost, the entire market looks like garbage. We've already been talking about this for quite some time. I've talked about Bitcoin for pretty much weeks now, for what it seems. And we have been consolidating for nearly almost a whole month now. And it is what it is, right? I mentioned that this is going to take some time. It's going to take time to rebuild that foundation that we lost. We lost a lot of technical support on Bitcoin. And yeah, we really need to reclaim it and rebuild it. XRP is only down 1.98% in the 24-hour period, which is nothing compared to most alts, right? We have a lot of alts that are down multiple amounts of percents. Like, for an example, AMP is down 24.3%. Incredible buy opportunity for anybody who did want to get into that. And then we also have some alts that are doing incredible, right? We've talked about HBAR. Theta Fuel is up 20 or 13%. Sorry, not 20%, but a lot of assets are doing good compared to Bitcoin in terms of percentage drops. Ethereum actually taking a bigger hit than most. So yeah, it's very interesting to see XRP holding up. Now, if we come over to the chart, we are still at about 84% or 84 cents, sorry, down 0.18% since market open a little bit ago. And we do see that we are treading a little bit below that 85-cent support zone. I mentioned that 85-cent support zone is very hard to break, and we just recently broke below it. But I don't expect this to break too much lower below it. If anything, we most likely will retest 80 cents as we have before. This entire 80-cent zone is actually pretty hard to break as well. We only kind of touched below it a little bit before bouncing right off of it and coming back up. But we have been kind of in this zone for some time now, kind of bouncing around in here, consolidating and pretty much accumulating, if you will, some support for that next push up. Now, I mentioned last time in my last video that I do expect this to break out very soon once the market does stabilize. That breakout will eventually lead us to that $10 plus target point that we've been talking about for quite some time now. This EMA is at about 95 cents, at about 94.7 cents, and this kind of continuously comes down while the price is kind of fluctuating here. So the more and more that this is coming down, the more and more likely it is that we break above that EMA. Now, it would be great for most altcoins to reclaim their EMAs. Bitcoin is still kind of above it. It kind of just broke down a little bit below it. It's touching a little bit below the EMA. I mentioned multiple times that we will most likely retest 37K before breaking above that 38K plus zone. 38K is very, very key to actually break above. But I also mentioned that this up here is a large liquidation event that could happen, right? This entire 43K to even 46K, if you will, is a large liquidation event that could lead us back down to 30K. And I do know that a lot of people don't want to listen to that or hear that, but hey, it is the truth. If they wanted to fake us out one last time, up here would be it. This will pretty much bring a lot of retail investors to thinking, hey, we're going to zero once it retests 30K, and a lot of people will be trapped into FOMOing, right? Because the price after that will come up, re-break 48.5K, retest 50K, and then go forward to break a new parabolic high, if you will. Now, that's not going to happen in the span of an hour or anything like that. It's going to take time. Like I said, we need to kind of rebuild back up. This price action does not look too bearish, in my opinion. Now, I do know a lot of people are still kind of claiming that this is bearish price action for Bitcoin. I just don't think so. Unless 37K is fully lost, we can most likely retest 35.7K like I mentioned on my Twitter. So it's nothing too crazy in terms of PA on Bitcoin. So I'm not too concerned about XRP either, right? Because XRP, once 80 cents is broken, we just have 75 cents to pretty much hold. but like I said, I don't think that that's going to happen. I think if anything, we probably bounce around in this zone here for some time, kind of consolidate, and I believe that we are consolidating for a massive breakout very soon in the market. Pretty much, sell pressure on Bitcoin has alleviated for the most part, considering from back here, a lot of the sell pressure from back here has been kind of lost. And, for the most part, we are still looking good for a massive breakout throughout the entire market. I mentioned that, this is going to take time. The 18th is here. I mentioned on the 18th that this is pretty much where we will be building that foundational support that we do need for the next leg up. And we are still building for the most part on a lot of these assets, including XRP. Now, again, XRP's price action, a lot of people will still say that it looks bearish. I just don't think so. We've been kind of in this accumulation zone, if you will, since pretty much this dip here for about 29 days. If we take this date in context as well, it would be about 30 days, pretty much to the point. But I think that we could go off of the second candle here for a 29-day accumulation period, which is not too bad for anybody who did want to buy XRP at cheaper prices. This is pretty much where you would want to buy in. Again, watch for PA on Bitcoin before you do buy in. I would just DCA in if you wanted to, down to 75 cents. But it is hard to tell where Bitcoin is kind of headed right now, as we could retest 35.7K. And then if that is broken, then I would flip, bearish. I'm macro bearish right now, which, by the way, if anybody doesn't know what macro bearish means, it just means that I'm a little, speculative in terms of bearishness. But for the most part, I'm still bullish overall on a lot of these assets. But yeah, I mean, I know that it's boring. I know that this is a boring kind of price action that's happening here. And we do wish that, at the end of the day, price action was a lot better, but it is what it is. And, I wish at some point in time that we could just kind of pump to $2 plus, hit the all-time high, go into price discovery, and, we're partying on our yachts while we're celebrating XRP going to $10 plus. But to be completely honest with you, it takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. Even for this initial build to this pump here, it took quite some time, right? It took, I mean, this was a fake out pump. This was pretty much that manipulated pump that I talk about a lot. But from that pump to where we were actually headed was 61 days. And even before then, after this pump, we kind of came down and we kind of consolidated again until we got to this little pump here, which was another 65 days. Which is pretty much over 126 days fully. Let me move this down, sorry. And even before then, we were kind of just consolidating back in, August and stuff for this movement here, which if we actually look at when we rose in price back here to that movement, it was about 109 days in full. So it does take time. If you want something to be monumental in terms of a massive pump upward, it's going to take a little bit of time. You got to be patient, and I know a lot of people hate to hear the word patience because everybody in this game kind of spews patience to a lot of people, but at the end of the day, it is the truth. If you want to make money, you got to be patient. Getting rich doesn't happen quick. Crypto is not a get rich quick scheme. Yes, sure, you could get lucky here and there, but for the most part, that is not what crypto is. You are investing in sound projects. Ripple is a sound project with a sound, innovative technology that is pretty much going to be utilized by a massive scale. And it's already kind of being utilized the way it is. If we read this chart, or if we read this tweet, from John E. Deaton, shout out John E. Deaton first and foremost, he says, you want to see utility using XRP, 105 Bitcoins sent over to the XRP ledger in a few seconds, and the transaction fee is 0.0005 XRP using spend the bits. At today's Bitcoin price, that's almost $4 million for less than a penny. SEC says Bitcoin isn't a security, but the 0.00005 XRP is, which is pretty funny to me. And that's what I mean. Like, at the end of the day, we do know what we hold, and it will make us rich. It's just, listen, you got to be patient. You got to just let the market do its thing. It's not the end of the world. It's not a bear market at the end of the day, and we are still in a bull market ready for that massive breakout that's going to happen very soon. Like I said, I think that this is building for that massive push up. Even if we look at Bitcoin, right, we are still building. We have been building the foundational support for, this next pump up. Even, you could say that this price action looked bearish here on the 12th, but look what happened after it. So we could basically be retesting this 37K zone before we pump back up to 40K plus, hoping to hit that 41K zone. That 41K zone is a big resistance area, and I wouldn't be surprised if we got rejected off of that one last time to get down into some lows down here before eventually coming back up to retest this zone and possibly, who knows, get liquidated or pumped to the heavens. And I posted that on Twitter as well. If you guys do want to check out my Twitter, you guys can at NCashOfficial. I do also have a free Discord that you guys could join down in the description below. But nonetheless, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, leave a like. Also, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys do enjoy price analysis and TA stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I definitely think that XRP is ready for a massive breakout. The entire market is honestly ready for it too. We've been consolidating for quite some time, and hey, consolidation is not a bad thing. It's healthy and it's needed for what's coming next, and we all know what's going to happen next, especially if you guys are a bull. So nonetheless, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out.